a sign got brought up, and she was like, "Oh, I can't even like fuck with them." I'm like,
damn.
Wait, but like you don't even know that person,
Mm-hmm.
and to that extent, that's where I can't fuck with.
So she literally relied on the sign.
Bro, it was like a
Horoscopes?
religion. I just said bro instead of bro.
Hell
But
no.
It was like a bro, like
A religion.
she was saying, she was like.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Artistry Drop podcast.
Let's go.
As you guys could see, it is Christmas now. I mean, we're in December 1st, but we're already celebrating, guys. Super excited for this. John, are you excited for the holidays?
Hell yeah, it's my favorite time of year. You know, Disney all the way. I got my Mickey hat on, and you know, Disney vibes, red, and everybody loves gifts, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. What you got? Any big plans?
Yeah, definitely going back home to Seattle. You know, we're both going back home to Seattle.
We're both going.
Go Seahawks. They're not doing so great right now. Russell's out, but you know, we still got to rep the city, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward. Last year it snowed, so we'll see if it snows this year.
Yeah, definitely excited to see the family. You know, out. We live out in LA, so we don't get, you know, a lot of time to see our family. So I'm definitely excited to just be there for like a couple weeks, spend time with the family, eat tons of food, you know.
And a lot of stuff that was closed last year because of COVID, now we can actually enjoy when we go this year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and we did miss a lot when we were there last time. So
yeah, we did.
Super excited. But anyways, guys, we are gonna introduce our first guest. Today, our guest is an artist, a music producer, a writer from Albuquerque, New Mexico. His plan is to create a culture based on healthy mindsets and honorable qualities in people. Guys, please welcome our boy, Siloe.
Let's get it.
What's up?
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Let's go. How's it going, bro? How's everything going with you?
It's been good, man.
No, that's good. Yeah. No, we're definitely excited to have you on this podcast. I know, when we first started it, you really wanted to get on it.
Bro, I'm excited. Super, super excited.
Definitely excited to have you, bro.
I mean, we've been homies for a minute.
Yeah.
And you guys have, we worked in the past and stuff. And so just seeing you guys do more and more is like...
No, appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely talk about that a little bit more. Yeah. Also want to say Merry Christmas to you.
Christmas, yeah.
Any big plans for you? Any big plans going on?
Just also gonna go home.
Yeah.
Probably gonna go home and spend it with the fam.
Yeah.
Also, just living in LA.
For people who don't know, where you're from?
I'm from Albuquerque. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yep.
How long are you gonna go back home for?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on.
It's honestly nice just getting away from LA.
Dude,
right.
Like you have to.
Yeah.
Every time I have the opportunity to go back home, like I want to stay as long as possible.
Right.
Just getting away from everything here, it's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Especially like this place is, you're always grinding.
Yeah.
When you go back to your, back home, it's like you're just relaxing.
I was just home too, a couple weeks ago, and literally, dude, I go back home to get away from the noise, and it was so funny. I told my dad I was gonna be going home, and he was like, "Yo, we can go to Mexico when you get here, this and that." I was like, "Dad,
I'm trying to chill.
I'm sorry. It sounds fun, but I'm cool, man.
Yeah.
Let's just watch movies at home."
Yeah, no, exactly. It's good being around family though, and especially when you're away from your family for so long. They're just trying to spend time with you,
all day.
We're their babies.
I know.
Right.
It's crazy.
Actually, we forgot to introduce the drink of the day. Would you like to take over?
Oh yeah. So this is the Cosmopolitan. It has triple sec, cranberry, vodka. I use Kettle One vodka for this one. A little lemon juice, simple syrup. If I didn't say that already. And mix it all together, and you got the Cosmopolitan. First time making this. A little background. I used to be a barista at Starbucks, so going into a little bit, pulling out my barista skills for this bartender, and so every podcast we're gonna have a new drink, and I thought this would be the best way to celebrate the Christmas theme with the red drink.
Yeah. So all right, let's go ahead and give it a try. Yeah, we gotta try it. We haven't tried it, guys. So Here we
Cheers,
go.
cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Yes.
Let's go.
Let's go.
ASMR.
Hey.
Oh,
That is good.
Stuck to mine.
That is good though.
That's fire. I'm taking another drink.
So you said there's tequila in here, or
No, there's there's vodka.
Kettle One, baby.
Kettle One vodka.
Yeah.
that's good stuff. All right, we're gonna have a nice little buzz.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
gonna be a
let's
good
get it.
podcast.
It will.
Gotta set
I'm
the
excited.
tone.
Yeah, no, we gotta.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna dive in. We're gonna get to know Siloe a little bit. So it's a bad thing, or
Okay. Hope not.
so definitely one. When you sent me over your bio, one thing I kind of want to know and get a better understanding is what do you mean by the whole creating a culture based on healthy mindsets and honorable qualities in people? What is that about? Where did you
So
come up with
much.
it?
I mean, I don't know. I just see especially with COVID, everybody being trapped inside and stuff. I feel like when people are isolated like that, it's really easy to get. How do I say it? It's really easy to see one perspective and kind of be hard for you to accept other perspectives.
Right.
And so I see that culture is just kind of turning into this thing where if you don't agree with somebody, it's an automatic just cancel culture
Cancel
type
culture,
yeah.
shit.
I was
Or,
just about to say
and
And
all
that's
that.
getting big now.
Right.
It's that's not human.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
And so, I don't have a Twitter. I don't go on Twitter. Actually, I do have a Twitter, but it's only for stocks and crypto shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
But
gotta invest.
I just be nerding out on Twitter for that reason, but I don't participate in no other shit just
Yeah.
because
So it's
just
you
seeing how
just
people
feel
yeah.
social media is just toxic. Would you say that, or
Nah, I wouldn't say all of it. It's just I guess Twitter makes it more. I guess there's less of a filter between how certain things people think are funny.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
shit like that where it's I don't know, people be talking about oh, I cheated on my bitch with her best friend and this and that, and it gets mad love on Twitter. Everybody's fucking hyping that shit up. It's
Yeah.
wait, that's not cool.
no? I know.
What the fuck is that?
I mean,
Right.
that's the whole thing with social media.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people stay off of it. Even celebrities stay off social media because of the shit they see. And I have seen a lot of stuff about the cancel culture and
Yeah, did you see Dave Chappelle's new?
Yeah,
I was just
I heard
about to
about-
mention
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
yeah, it's crazy.
It was dope seeing him kind of just stand his ground with that shit because it's so fucking true. It's
Yeah.
Right.
And in that career, you're literally, that is your job to
Right.
shock people, make them laugh. You got to say some fucking
Yeah.
crazy shit
And find
sometimes,
humor in
you know?
dark
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
And that's how people get through things. you
Right.
know? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
All right. So, I mean, I definitely, we want to dive in and get into more of the music stuff. So, obviously,
Yeah.
how did you get your start in music? How did that all develop?
I was 12 and my uncle gave me a guitar and yeah, that's basically where it started. My dad put me in a mariachi band.
Oh, really? Dang.
I could just see a little
I need to see some
silo,
pictures.
a little
Can't believe
silo.
I just But yeah, he put me in that shit and I hated it. I learned 4 chords on the guitar and then I just didn't want to play mariachi music. And so yeah, I told my dad I don't want to go anymore. He made me literally go and tell my teacher that I didn't want to do it anymore.
Did they have literally a school? Was it a
Nah,
mariachi
it was
school? Or?
I don't even know. I think my dad knew this guy. I think it's the mariachi that would pull up to all the birthday
it's
parties and shit.
Kind of like a private, independent person that just, or a family friend that was just teaching you.
I don't even think it was a family. No, my dad knew this band of mariachis, and he would hire them for everything. So when I got the guitar, he probably just hit him up. He's like, "Hey, can my son be in your fucking band? Can you teach him some shit?" So, yeah,
How long did
we'd meet
that
at
go
this community center, and we'd all just practice and shit. But Yeah. After that,
you pretty much just gave up on it.
I just didn't like the whole like I didn't want to dress up like I didn't want to do any of that, and I think it was just like the angsty young part of me when I don't know, but there's nothing wrong with being a mariachi. They're super talented.
Yeah,
and it's crazy how much
just wasn't a good thing.
Bring.
Yeah,
I don't know. So
how old were you again?
I was 12.
You were 12.
Yeah.
Was it something where you're like, oh, this is just like it looks so stupid, or is that maybe the reason why? Or
at the time I was like I was really into like I was starting to get into graffiti a lot, and like I was just spending a lot of time drawing and shit. So I don't know. I think I was just like, yeah, this is kind of whack, you know,
right.
like, and so yeah, I learned some chords and shit, and then after that I just kind of like kept playing every day. I would go on YouTube and like watch tutorials and like just learn anything on the guitar, and started DJing in high school, and then after I started DJing, I like fell in love with EDM music and never thought to myself, how do they make this? I just loved mixing it and DJing it and like playing shows and shit. And so finally I was like, I kind of want to make this shit now. And that's when I found Ableton and moved out here, went to school, and yeah, that's basically it.
That's awesome. Would you give credit like to your dad for the one getting you into music, or what would you say?
I would because I wanted a guitar for like I wanted to make music forever. I always loved music, but I would credit my dad in maybe adding to the
mariachi side,
the
of
experience of like learning and like actually, I don't know, realizing that I did love it because I still wanted to do it after all that shit too.
What kind of guitar was it? Was it like a mariachi, like acoustic kind of guitar?
No, it wasn't. No. It had metal strings, so mariachis play with nylon string guitars. Yeah, it was. I think it was called a Bentley.
A Bentley.
Can you still play the guitar now?
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. I play guitar in like a lot of my music.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely still.
What? So I mean, you know, you kind of mentioned like you do EDM type stuff, and like what other genres, like aside from that, like kind of, you know, gravitated you towards, you know, like was there any other genres that kind of helped you get into?
Oh yeah. I mean, helped me get into like EDM.
Yeah. Or inspired you to get into like EDM type stuff? Or was it just straight up like you listen to EDM and that was
it was like, so when I started playing guitar, I was listening to like mad classic shit, like the Eagles and like who else? I loved Journey. I had one of their greatest hits DVDs, and I would like watch it on repeat, like playing guitar, like matching what they're playing and shit. And
Hotel California.
Yeah, exactly. I learned the acoustic
Eagles
version. Yeah. And so at that point, I was also like, my music library was just everywhere. Like I was also listening to like fucking Lil Wayne and like Deadmau5. Like it was just like the most random shit.
It was just a mixture.
I thought it was cool. Yeah. So Deadmau5 was definitely a big part of why I started getting into EDM. And then Skrillex came out and
changed the game.
Literally, that dude like inspired me to do so much. Just seeing that he could not only create something that was his own, but then also add to pop culture. Like he fucking produced a lot, like a good amount of like What's on Purpose, Justin Bieber's album from I think 2012 was it?
2012. Yeah.
I don't know when it was, but yeah, like. And he like produced on like some The Weeknd shit. Like,
right.
You know, he's able to be versatile, and like I always just admired that and wanted to be that for sure.
Would you say he's your biggest inspiration, Skrillex?
Yeah, I would honestly have to say yeah.
Is there nobody else?
I mean, I have a lot of inspirations, but
he's like the top
way
two.
that he did it is how I want to do it. For sure.
No, I get that. You know, it's just like me, like. He knows this already. Michael Jackson's like, you know, he's the guy I look up to for everything, you know, like from I grew up on his music, grew up on his music videos. And, you know, he's the one that pretty much directed like all his music videos. He had the vision.
Damn.
You know, it's crazy.
That
you know,
is
an artist.
crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he like Thriller. He had the idea. Billie Jean, like almost all the top music videos that you've seen were all his ideas. He just hired a director, put his vision in life.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, and like I said, we all have. Who would you say is like your biggest inspiration?
When it comes to music.
Everything, like
Everything?
photography. I mean, it's probably me, but
no, it's definitely not you. He's definitely
not you.
Yeah. He's more like the Yoda, the short sensei that I could carry on my back, And then the student became, the master type shit. But my biggest inspiration, that's really hard. Chris Brown and Usher has definitely made who I am today when it comes to, I started out dancing, and then when going into the music and, I don't know about Usher, but Chris Brown directs his own music videos and stuff like that. Yeah. I definitely fed off of that and that creativity and that drive, and it kind of got me to where I am now. So like you said, I pick inspiration from a lot of different aspects. Yeah. And because I have a lot of different talents, I look up to different people for different things,
for sure. Yeah.
So, yeah. Exactly. And that's why I kind of relate back to MJ, because he literally did it all.
Did it all, right?
One person just did it all, which was crazy,
Yeah.
So.
Right, that is.
By the way, Confessions was my first album that I ever
Confessions?
owned. Yeah.
Really?
Usher, yeah.
That's a classic.
Do you look up to any of those guys, like Chris Brown, Usher? Like, do you use them as inspiration sometimes for like? Because I mean, of course, we've heard your music. Mm-hmm. We definitely see that EDM style, but we also see like that, that hip hop R&B kind of mixed in.
Sure.
Like, do you use them?
Mad R&B and hip hop, trap shit for sure. Mm-hmm. Chris Brown. Honestly, I listen to a lot of his stuff, and we might catch some hate for it. But
I know, right,
dude? Like.
Yeah. It's all love at the end.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
Music is music.
He recognized his wrongs and he owned up to that shit. Right. It's like, that's all you can do in life if people want to pin shit on you forever.
And that's why he's still succeeding, because people will recognize the talent no matter, what they've been through their personal life.
And they don't know what he's been through. Like, y'all see his documentary?
Yeah, well, I watched it.
So it's like, okay, there's a lot of answers there. And
exactly.
You can definitely forgive, But yeah, no, I listen to Chris Brown a lot. I love the way he writes about just emotions. Mm-hmm. And that also his versatility. He could do some turn up shit too.
Turn up EDM.
Ty Dolla $ign. I love that man. Like crazy. His melodies are insane. He's one of the most underrated dudes. Right. Shit, I could probably go on forever.
Yeah. Bieber?
I really could. Bieber for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I used to, obviously, in like 6th grade, not like him. Purpose changed the game, for sure. Right.
Made you a believer.
See, at Purpose, that's when I became a believer.
I think everybody did.
No,
you really went hard on that one.
Yeah, no, you did. Sure. Like, I think I was already out of high school when his first album came out. Like, I think it was Something World or whatever. When he came out with One Time and all that, I was like, damn, this guy is whack. Like, and then it grew on me. I was like, okay, this is okay. And then, he started evolving, and then he had the deep ass voice. I was like, oh shit, like his shit is fire now, So.
And he finally cussed on a record last year.
Yeah, when he was out of high school, we were still in elementary. So he remembers the beginning.
Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. You know how old I am, right?
No.
Oh, we probably never talked about that.
Oh, damn.
How old are you?
He's old enough to be Santa Claus.
You gotta guess.
I really think, bro, genuinely, I would say you're like 27.
You're still far.
Still, and I only say that. I would say younger, but y'all are making it seem like he's older than. Like,
I mean, he always makes it seem that way. Like, he calls me grandpa. Like, he calls me his grandpa.
Every time we're like going to a store, walking outside, I'd be like, "Oh, taking my grandpa out for a walk."
What would you say?
We got to get some diapers for grandpa.
Yeah, we do. The way he be farting, he needs some diapers for sure.
They just become. They coming out like.
No, he farts all the time.
Would say like 27, 28.
That's what you would say?
For sure.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm 34.
That's not that bad.
It's crazy though, right?
That's not that. I was literally thinking, okay, maybe it's gonna be like 36, 37. Nah.
It's 34. Like, I still don't even pass for 34. Like, a lot of people.
I was gonna say I would definitely ID you.
Yeah, no.
Sure.
Oh, I get ID'd all the time. Like, I mean, people still think I'm like 22, 23. You know, it's crazy. But
how old do you think I am?
Actually, I don't think we've even discussed that either. It's weird. We never discuss people's ages. No. You know, it's just we're worried about work. Yeah, like it doesn't matter as much. You know.
But I am curious.
I would say 26.
I'm gonna say 27.
Damn. I'm actually mad shocked. I turned 26 in November.
Oh, so close.
See?
Yeah.
Right
That's
there.
Crazy. Yeah. But most people think I'm super young.
Really?
Like, yeah. Like, I still get ID'd.
You're fucking tall, too.
Yeah, you're
right. I know. Yeah, nah, people think, like, literally, people, I tell them I'm 25, and they, like, look at me, and I'm like, oh.
I mean, I can kind of see
I
that.
thought you're, like, 21.
You know?
They think my little brother is older than me all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No,
kind of frustrating.
Honestly, I'm thinking more of the height thing. I think that's probably why I'm, like, mixing with your features. I'm like, nah, he's got to be at least, like, around 27, 28.
Yeah.
You know?
Damn. Well, shit. Y'all are on it.
It's a good thing, you know? Like, I mean, it's just like me, you know? People, like, say I'm 20, think I'm 22 to, like, 28, whatever.
Yeah.
By the time I'm, like, 50 or 60, I'll probably be looking like I'm in my 30s.
30. Yeah, exactly.
Know? So,
that's a good thing,
Yeah, I mean,
bro.
that's a good thing, you know? So even for you, you know, like, appreciate it, too.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this dude looks his age already.
Yeah.
So.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
What, 23? 24?
Oh, come on, bro.
See?
Oh my God.
What? I still look 18. What you mean?
What, 28 then? What? Shit. I'm
just
still
turned 27.
Okay. Okay.
It's almost the same as you.
Wait, when was your birthday?
October 20th. So
Word.
just passed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just passed.
Yeah.
My brother's on the 27th of October.
27? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Crazy.
sir.
All right.
Yeah. Scorpio, right?
I'm actually
You're
on the cusp. I'm a Libra.
Word.
The last week.
You do the whole signs thing?
I like to ask, but that's good like,
you know, because like Rachel loves that stuff, and like she'll talk about it, and I'm like,
I think most girls
I don't
do.
care. Like,
we talked about that.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah, we talked.
I could give two shits about that shit.
Yeah, honestly, like I
think it's like pretty. Like I think it's accurate to an extent.
Yeah,
I feel like
no, I like, you know how they have like the daily scopes or whatever it is. You know, she'll show me sometimes, or sometimes I'll look at him and I'm like, oh, okay, it is kind of accurate.
Yeah,
you know.
But I also like, dude. I talked to this one girl one time, and she was like, I don't remember like what sign she was talking about, but she was like, literally, a sign got brought up, and she was like, oh, I can't even like fuck with them. I'm like,
damn.
Wait, but like you don't even know that person, and to that extent, that's where I can't fuck with.
So she literally relied on the sign.
Bro, it was like a religion. I just said bro instead of bro.
Hell no.
It was like a bro, like
a religion.
She was saying, she was like,
oh god,
so funny to me, bro. Like she was saying how like recently in her life, like she wasn't feeling like 100%, and like her confidence is kind of whatever and this and that. She was like, but it's okay, like retrograde's almost over, I'll be fine in like a week. I'm like, wait, that shit's on you, bro.
Oh god,
if you're not confident, you got like, you could fix that today.
Right.
You don't gotta worry about that shit.
Yeah, exactly. But, damn, that's crazy. I didn't think people literally take it as a religion.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I even called her out on it. I was like, oh, you really like look at this shit deep, huh? And she was like, got all weird about it. Yeah. I was like, okay.
Bringing it full circle now. About that cancel culture.
Oh, God.
Yeah, there it is.
Because the sign, you know?
Exactly. And it's like, so, you don't know what that person's been through. Like, oh, this sign acts like this, or they do this. Well, I'm sure not all of them, you know?
I just never believed in it. I mean, like I said, like, you know, I've read it, and some of the things I read, like, I'm like, oh, this sounds kind of accurate, but it's not like I rely on it. Yeah, and I never look at like the horoscopes or anything. Like, it's not like I check my phone and, oh, what's today's
part of your daily check.
Yeah, like, no, I just don't do that.
Some people really do. Yeah. Like, they rely on that to like guide them through the day, you know? They're like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do today.
Yeah.
You know?
If I'm going through like some like writer's block or like just some emotional turmoil or whatever, like I definitely look to it to like, I mean, I just like to keep my options open. Like I'll sit down and meditate and like just think about what I want in life and manifest, and also, you know, look into that thing. I'll talk to God, like all of it. Yeah. I feel
so is that how you handle like writer's block? Like, or is there any, like, do you do activities, like, or do you just take breaks? I want to know because, you know, like, I just recently went through a creative burnout, and it sucks because it gets to the point where it's like you're creating so much and you're kind of tired of it, or you just don't have ideas. And, you know, I took a break. I didn't shoot anything for maybe like 3 months, and it was like the best thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm back, you know.
And you got fire under you.
You know.
Yeah. For me, it's like it always comes random, and like, I don't know, I guess it's just like kind of knowing yourself to an extent too. It's like, because with making music, like I feel like a lot of people who are in that writer's block, you know, space, like they'll still sit down and try and create, and like there's that feeling of guilt you feel when like you didn't do anything productive that day, or like, you know. And so by you sitting down and trying to create when you know that you're not 100% like on it, you're kind of just setting yourself up for failure, which is going to prolong that feeling that you're feeling.
Right.
And so it's really just being aware of like what you need to do when you feel this certain way. And it's like, because like with writing a song, like literally like last week I wrote a really dope verse on my homie Drew's song, and then after that I like a couple of days later I like wrote a really cool song myself, and then last night I was trying to write and it was just not happening. So I was like, okay, cool, it's not happening, let me just fucking, I'm tired, I don't, you know, feel like doing shit. Cool, I'm not gonna do shit. And I just laid in bed fucking watching movies.
I mean,
there you go.
Yeah, that's like, how it works. And
you just got to be okay with it. You know?
And that's the thing, you know, like when I got that creative burnout, I didn't necessarily know I was going through it until it got to the point where I was like, I just like, I didn't have motivation to go sit on the computer and edit and stuff like that. You know, like that's what I felt like. I didn't want to go out and shoot. I wasn't booking shoots, and you know, that's the typical thing I do is like I'll be sitting at my computer for hours editing, or I'll start booking shoots. And it just got to the point where I was like, you know, like I just didn't do it, and I avoided it for a while, and you know, it was a good thing. You know, I talked to Rachel about it. I was like, you know, I think I'm going through a creative burnout, you know, and I told her I think it's best if I just stay away for a few months and just not create stuff. And it was definitely the best thing for me. You know, I know everybody has their own way of like dealing with it, you know, because you produce your music as well. Like, would you say that correlates the same way? Like,
so with production, I feel like I just put so much time into it to where it's like, I don't know, it's not necessarily hard for me to make a beat, you know? And I guess I've made so many beats where it's like, I don't know, it's like, it's just a different type of emotion that you feel when you're just making a beat, and then when you know this is a beat like for you that aligns with your sound and creates the right atmosphere for you.
Right.
And so it's like, even when I have writer's block, like I could still make beats and like just send them out and do that stuff. And it's like very work. But in terms of the like creative aspect, like, I don't know. It's just different. Yeah.
So you just handle it a little bit differently versus like writing.
It's just not as I'm not as emotionally tied to production as I am to like having an overall record that puts you in a place, you know, or that really speaks to you, you know, like even when I listen to like, I try and go on fucking New Music Friday on Spotify and every song sounds like regurgitated shit. Like I give it 15, 20 seconds. I'm like, dude, oh my God, like where's something that's like capturing me, you know? And yeah, it's that same fucking concept that you feel. It's like, okay, I can make these beats. Like a lot of the beats now are just very generic. I was talking to an artist earlier today, and they're like, yeah, like literally people send me beats every day, and it just sounds normal.
Bro,
like
but your beats are fire. Like I mean,
they are.
You know, they are fire, and you know, especially
yeah.
what you know, we've heard what you've helped Nick with as well. You know, and adding that little flair and stuff. But you know, with your own music, bro, you got that heat. Like, what would you say? Like, you got the music. Like, damn, I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Let's skip that. I can't figure out a good way to say it.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Hey,
I can't figure out a good way to say it.
Flow,
He's getting old. He has a little bit of Alzheimer's, so we're gonna take a little break because he can't gather his thoughts.
No.
When Yoda loses his lightsaber and he forgot how to use the Force to bring it back. This is the moment.
That's me.
Yeah.
I just can't think of a good way to say it. So we'll pass on that.
For sure.
Yeah, but anyways, your song that you released, Trust, you produced that beat as well, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I produced that one. So the one that's coming out on the 26th, I produced as well. The one after that, I produced. Honestly,
coming out the 26th
all of
this
them,
month.
like my next 5 songs are all my production.
Oh, okay, dope.
And then like my homie TJ, he helps me write on some of my stuff as well. Yeah, and I've been collaborating with a lot more people too, just trying to, like, I find joy in producing and doing everything myself, but like, no offense, Russ, you're a legend, but like, I'm not trying to just like be boasting on all that shit.
Right,
like,
right.
It's all me, like, you know, like.
Gotta give credit where it's due.
There's other amazing producers that I know, like Nick, for example, is an amazing singer.
Yeah, Nick got some
really
fire,
dope
too.
producer. Like, you know, we're gonna build on that shit.
Yeah.
Like, would you, like, I know you were saying, you know, you really want to have a collaborative effort, but like, do you enjoy just producing your own tracks?
1,000,000%.
Yeah, I kind of figured, like, I mean, 100%, like, I think it's Neo, or, you know, I know he does a lot of production on his own, like producing, writing, all that kind of stuff, I think, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't really listen to Neo too much, but that's cool if he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like when you're by yourself, you just do things that you wouldn't do when other people are around. Like, I've been in big sessions, I've been in small sessions, regardless. Like, other people are gonna influence you to make decisions no matter what.
Right.
And so it's like, yeah, when you're by yourself, you just, there's no judgment, right? There's no, like, no one's gonna say I'm doing anything wrong if I throw a fucking frequency shifter on a guitar and make it sound super fucking whack and horrible. But I mean, in that situation, I could be using it for like a little fucking effect or something.
Right.
You know, I don't know. It's like, you wouldn't do something like that when other people are listening, because they might be like, yo, what are you doing? Or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't know. I put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah. When you do collab with another producer, what is the typical thing that you're gonna have them work on? Like, do you just work on the drum patterns, or, you know, bass, or?
It's just whatever happens, honestly. I don't really like to be
particular.
I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, like the drums are done, everything. Like, you could hand me a whole beat and I'll still go in on that bitch and make it better. Yeah. You know, like, there's never a point where it's like it's finished, for me at least. So it's like when I'm collaborating with other people, like, I just let it go however it's gonna fucking go. Like, okay, cool. That person wants to do drums. He laid guitar down, and the 808's already done too. It's like a lot of people will look at that beat and be like, well, it's done.
Right.
Well, I don't think so. You know, like, I can go in and fucking add like a crazy reverb texture on that guitar and like make it fucking like give it like a whoosh effect before the fucking hook comes in, or, you know, like, there's always shit. Always something. It's never finished.
What would you say at the point that you feel a song is done?
Like,
is it just a filling?
No. I've never felt like a song is finished for me. Literally never. Like, but I think it's just you hit a certain point where, I mean, there has to be a point where it's finished and where you drop it, because music is not going to do anything. You're literally not going to do anything with music on your hard drive. You have to put it out, you know? So I think it's just more so of hitting a point where you're happy enough to be like, okay, like I'm confident in this, and like I feel like if I drop this, like I can put my all into it and like promote it the way I want to. And you know, once you really start seeing like a vision and like a excuse me, like a just everything that could happen with what you created, I think that's a good point where it's like, okay.
Is that how you feel about Trust? Because Trust is the only song you have on like Spotify right now, right?
Yeah, Trust is my only release right now. And yeah, that's how I feel. Like I still love that song. I still go back and listen to that song.
It is.
We both got it on our playlist and playing that shit.
I always listen to it.
Hey, appreciate it. Really?
Trust.
Hey,
if you guys haven't seen the video, like me and John actually shot, you know, the little teaser video for him, and that came out fire. We were talking a little bit about it, and you know, he still loves the video. So we appreciate that, you know, the fact that he trusted us. He trusted us with you know, the taking his vision and, you know, using our skills.
And y'all killed it. I was literally telling you, like, it came out the exact way that I wanted
we're happy, you know, it came out did.
Yeah, hell yeah. So that's my only song out right now. But yeah, exactly. I feel I'm 100% confident in that song. I love it. You know?
What was your like thought process like while making that song? Did it start with the beat first that you made?
It was a beat. Actually, it was just like so usually I'll like just make a beat, and then when I'm trying to come up with shit for it lyrically, like I'll just get on the mic and just
freestyle
gibberish. I can't freestyle for shit. Okay. No, like when I'm like freestyling on a beat, it's literally just like not even words. It's just like melodies.
I've seen other people do that. Where I've seen other people go like like it's just random stuff.
That's more normal than, dude. My shit is like literally. If I played you some of my like mumbles, like it literally sounds like gibberish. It sounds like I'm saying words, but it's not words. It's just like melody and like textures and cadence. Yeah. And then once I find something that I like, then I'll put it on loop and put words to the mumbles and shit. And it's kind of crazy how it works out for me, because like what I want to write about, like the mumbles and shit kind of sound like words that pertain to what I'm trying to talk about. It just kind of weaves its way into what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say is that a majority of artists that do that technique where they kind of just mumble and trying to get the idea out?
I would say it's pretty common.
Is it common?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of them like whistle, or you know, they whistle the melody, or they hum the melody before actually laying lyrics on, and then they create the chorus first, and then they work backwards.
You can do that. Yeah. I've done songs like that. Like I have this song dropping next year called Siloe. And that was actually a demo for like a year. Like that was one of the first hooks I ever wrote, and I was playing it for my boy TJ, and he was like, "Holy shit! Like this shit's crazy." I was actually telling him like, "Yeah, I don't think I ever want to do anything with this song or anything." And he's like, "Bro, nah. Like I already have a whole fucking plan for this song. We're gonna get Liliana Wild on this shit, and like it's gonna be an amazing song."
That's dope.
So we did that, and it's a really good song now. Yeah.
Have you ever revived songs, like old things that you were like, "Oh, this is shit," and then you hear it back and you're like, "I might be able to work with this." Like
that's what Trust was. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
So when was that produced?
Like it was actually March 2020, right when the pandemic started. Okay. And I made the beat. I laid down some mumbles, and I think I was saying trust in the mumbles and shit, so I knew it was gonna be about that. But overall, it was just the melody, and then I would just listen to that, and like months later, I like ended up just writing the rest of it.
The fact that you were like kind of mentioning like trust, was that something personal or was it just something? Was it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I was in a long distance relationship, so sure, there's some dots to be connected there.
So it just kind of normally came out like when you were mumbling the.
Of course, and yeah, that usually happens. Like shit that I'm feeling or what I'm thinking, that will always end up coming through in the mumble. So I know generally what I like want to be talking about. It's just every single word. Like I can't freestyle.
Yeah, right.
I used to be able to. Now I can't. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, freestyle as in like rapping freestyle or just like
singing, rap, whatever it would be. Yeah, just like being able to get on a beat and like do something with it.
Yeah.
And then for it to be like on that one take, like, you know, talk about some shit or like actually convey some actual bars or anything. Like I can't do that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's what makes you dope too, and like so unique because, you know, even if the viewers listen to Trust, like you can't like confine yourself into like one, like you can't confine yourself to a rapper or singer, you know, you're just like an artist. You can, and you could tell the versatility like in that one song. And we could tell like it took a while and you really took your time with it.
Damn.
So major respect for sure.
I appreciate you saying that because I don't really think about people like thinking that deep into a song, you know.
Like, well, we're creatives too, so we
no, but you know another thing I also think is it comes from dance. Because, you know, like the way dancers express it, they, what is the term, like when dancers use words and...
like contemporary or lyrical?
No, dancing? Like, you know, like Brian Puspos, he would dance and he uses certain words in the lyrics and exposes that through dance.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Puspos is one of my favorite dancers.
Hey. You like him?
Yeah, I used to learn his choreo in my room.
Oh, really?
With my door closed.
Yeah, same.
So you dance too?
I don't really speak about dancing.
I mean, if you need,
that was me. Yeah, I looked up to Brian Puspos, Ian Eastwood. You know, legend. I started dancing because of Jabberwockies, and then ventured out into finding my own foundation and learned most of the choreography aspect through Brian Puspos and Ian Eastwood. So that's
another
major.
King, Ian Eastwood.
Ian Eastwood.
He's a legend.
So you mentioned that you went to school for music. I kind of want to get into that. Like, what made you want to go to school for music? Like, this is something you can definitely learn on your own. There's YouTube and all that. Like, but what made you want to learn from school?
It was just a new like aspect of music for me, is production, right? So like, literally, for 10 years at that point, maybe like 8 or 9, like I was just so wrapped up in like DJing and just playing guitar. Like I never thought to myself like, how is this shit being made? Like what is production? Like I never had those thoughts and I'm mad about it. But like it was just like it's just learning production is like learning anything, you know? And if I wanted to make my own music, I have to know how to produce. So, that was kind of my way into going to school for it. I mean, my parents always wanted me to go to school as well.
What school did you go to?
It was called Icon Collective.
Oh, Icon.
Yeah.
And is that where you met Nick?
That's where I met Nick. I was going to say that. Yeah. So
it's like a 2-year?
It's a 1 year.
1 year?
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a 1 year boot camp where you go crazy stupid on music. Like
Was there no breaks or anything?
No, there was. It was like 3 months on, and then I think we'd get a 2-week break or one.
That's it?
I don't know. Yeah, every 3 months.
Oh,
so
every 3
months. 4 quarters.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 4 quarters, and then every 3 months we'd get. I think it was a 2-week break. But yeah, no, it was intense, and I mean, I don't know if you're like a skilled producer going to that school. You know, I'm people have different opinions because different levels go. Right. There's a lot of success that came out of that school. So like, you know, pretty experienced people would go. And for me, like I had only been producing for like a 5-month little period of time when I got accepted and like so as a beginner it was really useful and like I learned everything.
How did that like change your perspective like before and after going to that school? Like, did your sound change or in your way of making music?
Yeah, I mean, even after school is when I learned the most, to be honest. Because like I feel like when I was going to school, I was like just learning how to produce, you know, barely learning all this stuff. But since I had just started, I was also just like, and I'm the type of person to like when I get into something, like I'm in it. Like I told you guys about me doing graffiti. I would literally just like trap myself in my room for like, I think I did it for like 2 years, and I would just do canvases and like fill out books full of graffiti until I got really sick at it, you know? And so when I was like learning, I was super passionate about it. I was just absorbing everything. And so I think that's what it was a lot for me. But, you know, I don't know if everybody could say the same.
Is that the school right in Hollywood, or?
It was in Burbank, and it's still in Burbank, but they moved to like a bigger location in downtown. Gotcha. Yeah.
Everything music and sound related, I noticed it's in Burbank.
Burbank, Studio City.
Film too,
Hollywood.
No, I really wanted to see what, you know, your perspective on school was, because, you know, it's the same for me, film school. You know, I went to film school, and it wasn't in my agenda of things to do, because I didn't graduate school. You know, I got my GED, but and then, you know, I went to get the GED, and then I wanted to learn more about film, because you know, during that time I was already shooting videos for YouTube. So I was like, I really love this. I want to learn more, you know, and that's the reason why I went to film school, was because I loved what I was doing, but I didn't know everything. So I wanted to go to school and learn it all, you know, and like you mentioned, you didn't learn more until after school. Same way with me, because during school, it does teach you a lot and you learn a lot, but you're not in the real world, like doing stuff yet until after school, you know, so it's literally the same exact thing. You know, I did want to see what your perspective on school was, and, you know, now it's just the same exact thing.
And it's dope, like for me, hearing everybody's perspective on school too, because I feel like I'm at the point where a lot of listeners are as well, as like, should you go to school, you know? And I'm fortunate enough to be surrounded by, you know, a lot of talented people like you guys to teach me what I need to know and learn that real world experience. And that's something they don't teach in school. So for me personally, I'm still on the edge of like, should I go to school to be where I want to be? Like, do I actually need it? Because social media has, you know, pushed the limits to where, you know, some people who are in the industry don't really go to school. They just go merely on if they can actually do the job and who they know to get in there. So it's kind of 50-50, at least for me. But hearing your guys' story, you know, definitely, you know, is inspiring, especially when you don't know what you really want to do or what you're getting yourself into. I think school is definitely a great way to find that out, you know. I feel like you guys definitely went through that.
You know what? Like, I don't... Tell me if you had or if you noticed things with people you went to school with, but for me, I went to 2 film schools. I went to the Art Institute of Seattle and then the Los Angeles Film School. But the people I went to school with at the Art Institute, they wasted their time. Like, I was getting my associates with them, or at the Art Institute of Seattle, and, you know, the people I was going to school with for that 2 years, I ended up seeing not even, you know, they don't get a job in the industry. They're literally doing just random stuff. And even, you know, some of the people I connected with on Facebook, they didn't pursue film anymore. Like, is that the same with you? Have you noticed people that like, wasted their time going to music school and didn't even pursue it?
1000%. I think it's just, I don't know. I used to actually like not like those people because like, when I moved to LA, like the whole year before that, I was working this shitty fucking warehouse job unloading trucks. I had to get up at 4 a.m. every day, be there by 5, unloading trucks all fucking day so I could save up shit so I can get here. Then when I got here, I started school and got a job right away. Got to the point where I was working 3 jobs going to school just so I could, you know, fucking survive out here. And you know, here I have kids sitting next to me in class. Like there was this one time where like nobody did their homework, and like the instructor was pretty pissed off, and he like called everybody out. He was like, "Who in here who has a job? For real? Who has a job?" Me and one other kid raised our hands. Damn. And so it was like, that was even big for me. I was like, oh shit, like really, like, dude, I'm over here fucking getting like 4 hours of sleep just to come to class, working and to pay rent. And like a lot of these dudes like really just chilling. And then again, a lot of those dudes don't make music no more. A lot of those dudes just like, you know, either move back home and they're doing some normal shit, and it is what it is, bro. I think that I used to really not like those people, but I also learned that just people get into things, you know. I get into shit. I get interest into things, and I want to do it, you know. It's just, I think some people realize how hard it actually is.
And you know, that's definitely like one thing I noticed, because like I mentioned is, you know, I still follow some of these people on Facebook. Literally, from what I've seen, I'm the only one that's stayed with film, you know, or pursued it, except one guy, which he does visual effects, and he's good with it. He's filthy, and he did it like, you know, since I met him in film school, he got this big job. He's working with like Microsoft and did all these visual effects for Microsoft. No,
Light, I mean,
Light, yeah. And you know, like I actually introduced him to some of the other, because we were working on stuff at that time, but literally none of them pursued film. And I'm like, damn, like you guys wasted like $50,000-$60,000 going to film school and didn't even pursue it. You know, like I was already working on film stuff before going to film school. So with these kids, I don't know if they were just using school as an option, like, I want to see if I like it or not. I don't think.
And I was actually just gonna say that, like, I think maybe it wasn't a waste for all those people, because it just showed them, okay, this isn't my path. You know, and some people need that shit. You know, and like this one kid, super dope producer, but I think he was just in a genre that was very niche and very specific, and it's hard to get like a diehard fan base with that type of stuff. And you know, now he sells houses and he's good at it. So it's like, fuck yeah, like no, I don't look at that guy like a loser because he went to fucking music school and doesn't do music anymore. No, he went to school, learned that he, you know, had maybe other options that he could play and other things that he was good at as well, and now he's successful doing other things that make him happy.
I agree with that. You know? Like, honestly, like 100% agree with that, because I mean, I'm not gonna say like, you know, everybody that I see on Facebook still that I met from film school are doing anything like big, or they aren't doing like, but I agree with that, because they were on a path. They wanted to see what would work for them. And, you know, going into you, like, trying to go into film school or not, like, you're already learning from, like, me and, you know, other people. I feel like even if you went to film school, you're going to learn additional stuff. But I think you already know the path you want to be on, because you're already doing exactly what you want to do already. You know, so that's how I see it.
No, for sure. No, I agree. And, like, that's why I even said, like, with more experienced people that went to Icon, like, you know, I hear a lot of shit talked on Icon, and it's like, well, you know, a lot of those people have been producing for fucking 10 years. It's like, okay, you know, maybe you didn't need school. So,
and I also think like people go into, you know, their first passion. There's a saying, I forgot the exact saying, but basically it's saying like people go into their first passion to really find their true passion. So for me, I felt like that was like dance. Dance was like my first passion, what I wanted to do. I thought I was going to be a professional dancer. I trained for it. But in actuality, it kind of branched off to now being a photographer and doing stuff in film. And I feel like that is my real calling, my real passion. And I've talked to a lot of people who are in the film industry now as well. And they ventured off from a different talent too. So I'm like, you know, maybe that saying is true. You know, they find like the friend that you were talking about who went to music but then became successful in the real estate. You know, maybe he had to go through that to find his real passion, you know? Yeah.
It kind of just solidifies the fact that like everyone's on their own path, and it's just like, yeah, I've changed a lot since I've like went to school and shit. Like those, like a lot of, you know, daddy's money flowing around and shit like that. Shit used to piss me off, bro. Like I used to be so mad. I'm like, I'm over here busting my fucking ass every day just to survive, and y'all just kicking it, like not even trying, like. Yeah, I used to hold mad like resentment for people like that, but at the end of the day, I just learned that like, yo, you want it more than them.
Exactly.
Right.
Facts.
You're putting in more work than like you zoom out and you just look at what's actually happening, and it's like, okay, all that can just be gone.
Right.
All that negativity, all that fucking shit you feel towards people like that. It's just like, well, once you know like what the outcome is, once you could kind of see it, all that shit kind of goes.
I think that's why we vibe so well with each other, because we all feel that hunger and that passion, and we know it's real, you know.
And that's the only way to do it. Like honestly, you can't work with people that don't have the same drive as you. You have to have the same drive, like all of you equally. Like, because if you're working with somebody that's just a downer, like gonna bring everything down, you know, 100%.
Yeah.
Or if you're too passionate compared to the other person you're working with collectively, then you're going to be ended up pulling more weight than the other person. So it's just really dope to like have a team that's just as passionate as you, but is, you know, good at what they do in their own craft, you know, and you guys could benefit off of each other, and you know, everybody wins at the end of the day.
And I would say, you know, that's a majority of the reason why, you know, like, we don't always charge for videos, you know, like that's a key thing. Like, honestly, I guarantee you any other like filmmaker, videographer is going to say the same exact thing. Like you can't always charge because, you know, you got to start somewhere.
And there's people that you think that are worth it.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying.
Because I produce records for free.
You know, I mean, even though, you know, it's a lot of work to put into like music videos and stuff, we see the vision that somebody that has the same drive as us, you know, we're like, it's perfect. We blend in together. We're like, you know, let's just do this. You know, we could care less about the money. We want to put this vision together.
Yeah, like we see like all the shit. Yeah. And I mean, at this point now, it's like, it's really hard to do free shit for people. Like, I'll do free shit for like my boys. Like,
and that's what we're doing.
You know, like 1,000% boys. But like, even if you're like a close friend, I'll give you the homie hookup type shit. You know? But yeah, that's another thing too. It's just like when you're doing stuff like this, it's like knowing your worth and portraying that to people. Yeah. Because if you don't, people are gonna take advantage of that. I mean, you're in LA, dude. Like,
that's the thing.
I've been through this shit.
You know what? Like, you know, one thing I would definitely say, and I've always said this: if somebody hits me up, like out of nowhere, nobody that I know, like, oh, you know, like dope video work, like, can we get shit to going? Yeah, this is my rates. Exactly. If I don't know you and you're coming at me, like, I'm gonna charge you 100%.
1,000%.
But you know, but like if I reach out to you, it's because I see, fuck with you. I fuck with you. I want to help you guys, you know, help you out, create some dope shit. I think we can do it. But trust me, there's been so many times people have reached out. It's like, bro, your work is so dope. Like, we should collab. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, here's my rates.
Collab.
You know, exactly. You know, I'll be like, you know, here's my rates. Left it on red. You know, and that's just how it is. Same. That's just how it is. You know, and us as artists and, you know, creatives, we deal with that sometimes because people are not willing to pay the price of, like, you know, good work.
And it also like gauge their like seriousness about what they're really asking, because a lot of people who don't really know what we have, the process of what we really have to go through and put into, that's why they're coming at us the way they're coming at us, because they don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you don't know, then this is our price. If you don't know, because this is what we had to go through.
Dude, I had this one dude like hella going crazy on me, and like I was like, what did I ask him? I was like, okay, so like you write and like do all your own stuff? And he was like, yeah. I record myself, everything. I'm like, oh shit, cool. Word, like, what kind of mic? Like, I was just like trying to chop it up. Like, what kind of mic do you? What kind of setup do you have? He's like, oh, I record through my headset, like my headphones from my iPhone type shit. And like, no hate on like I mean, shit. You know, like there's been. I think like some rappers have recorded some shit on like literally. Like,
everyone starts.
You got to start somewhere, honestly.
But
as you were diving deeper into the conversation,
it's just like he, you know, I just saw I saw how serious he was on it. You know, like here I am investing in equipment and like really just taking my time with it. And he's like, oh yeah, like listen to my songs that are out and like. I think of music and anything like creative, like even for videos too. Like when you guys drop a video or anything, like you guys are competing with your idols. Right. Like when I drop a song, I'm competing with like fucking, you know, the music industry is the music industry. Music is fucking music. You got Drakes and you got literally nobodies all releasing music. Yeah. Right. So it's like, what bar do you like? There's a lot of bars in between. Where do you see yourself in? Where are you trying to put yourself?
Yeah. Right.
Because it isn't in your control. And like when people really just start out with anything, there's a lot of excitement. Look at what I created. Like look at what I did. Like I want to show everybody, fuck, this shit's gas. Right. And in reality, it's trash. Right. So it's like when I started making beats, like I was making like really bad beats. And just fucking posting them on my story. Oh, fuck yeah. Like, this shit's fucking dope. No. This shit was not dope.
You thought it was the greatest thing at the time.
Yeah, just because you made it, it's like your baby, you know? Right. But I think after doing it for, like, a while, putting so many hours, there's a certain level of detachment that you, like, gain towards your own work. And you can actually tell yourself, like, this shit is fucking trash. I'm going to not save this, you know?
You know what? Very few people know this, but he knows this.
I know everything.
Right. But I actually began as producing as well. You know, really? I produced on Fruity Loops and, you know, I started making beats because...
Trash.
Fuck you. I gotta show you my work though. Like I still have some of my work on like SoundCloud and stuff.
Yeah, let's go.
Like
no, you gotta pull it up right now.
I gotta see if I can find it. Let me see.
Yeah, I guess it won't hit copyright because how trash it is.
No, like fuck you. Let me
we just recycling this.
Oh,
shit
I got
now.
it. I actually got my own shit. So
Yo, what? Corey is a legend, bro. With the jokes on instant.
What I did before, you know, like the whole start and the reason why I switched into film was because I could not see myself being a musician. Like I love music, and like I said, I grew up with everything. My parents grew me up on good music and stuff, you know, and I would say that's probably the reason why I got into it. I had my MIDI keyboards, Fruity Loops, Adobe Audition. At first I had Cool Edit Pro. Do you know?
I don't even know what that is.
So that's the free version of like Adobe Audition years ago.
That was before all our times.
Grandpa.
No, so like
that was in the 80s. Maybe 70s.
No, so, you know, I started, it was me and my best friend, CJ, you know CJ. And what we did was I started producing beats for him because he was starting rapping, you know. It's not like we were hot shit. It was just like, you know, I had fun producing beats on Fruity Loops. I was buying so many presets, so many drum packs and drum kits. You know, it's fun, you know.
It's like a video game, honestly.
It is, you know. Yeah. And, you know, I started getting into it more and more. And, you know, I started putting out like cypher beats because that was popular on YouTube way back when, you know. So I would put it out and rappers would download it, use my beat and, you know, rap over it and then call out somebody else, you know. So that's how I started out. And then I started, you know, just creating beats. And it got to the point, and this was so stupid, but another producer in my high school started making beats and then was calling me out. So then we would go back and, you know, we would go back and forth. And then because I had my friend CJ, and then he had his other friend that rap on the beats as well. So it's like we put out a song, he'll put out
some little East West.
Bro, and we were all in the same high school, and we had class together. So it's like we would go when we get in class, we was like, bro, like come on, you know, like
shoulder checking each other in the hallway.
No, it was all for fun, of course, you know, but like. That's what you know. I literally started getting into music first before film, and then what happened was my best friend CJ, we started filming like just YouTube videos. You know, we had I don't know if you remember flip cameras. Do you remember the flip cameras?
I just saw a video on WorldStar the other day. Well, WorldStar posted it of this kid at a baseball game with a flip phone, fucking. Getting the whole shit, and turning up with his friend on the camera.
You know, that's what we literally started off with, and was just like it recorded 720p. There's no 1080p at the time. You know, and pretty much from then I was like,
back in my day.
Fuck you. No,
this is when the tumbleweed rolls across.
It was just so fun to me at the time. No, it was just like
fun recording in 720p.
It was, and that's that's thinking about it. I appreciate them because you know it was CJ and then another friend of ours. We started a YouTube channel, just did some random shit. You know,
it was funny,
and it was random. It was stupid and random, but. This is when YouTube literally just started. Yeah. So it was like probably 2 or 3 years. I think it was 2008 we started uploading videos. YouTube started 2006. And so it was easy to get an audience. Like you can upload a video and get views and views and views. Yeah. So we were racking up views and stuff off of stupid videos. We're like, oh shit, like let's keep going. So we started doing it more and more. I was the one filming, I was the one editing, and then I slowly just kind of started fading out of music because I had so much fun doing, you know, filming and stuff.
And it's even crazier when people are like, you're like literally in that moment, like realizing, oh shit, like I'm getting views, like I want to do more.
Exactly.
Like, it's fucking fun.
But you know what? That's the reason why I've stuck with just wanting to do music videos is because my love of music. You know, I'm not a musician or anything like that. It's just I love music, and I, you know, produced music for fun. Yeah. And it's like I'm trying to bring that passion that once was into what I love now. And that's why I'm trying to stick with, you know, I was trying to stick with it at that time, you know, so, but like I said, a lot of people don't know that I actually produce. So,
I had no idea.
Let's see if you can hear
little sample.
So I remixed it.
Turn it down a little bit.
It's a remix.
Hold on, let me see. How do I turn that down?
Oh shit. Who's vocal?
Oh shit. No, so what I did was I took
whose vocals are those?
This is Mike Jones dropping Give Me 50.
Mike Jones.
But I produced the whole beat. Like see? All fruity
dough. At that time I'm sure it was current as hell.
And that's what I was saying, you know?
7 years ago.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
Damn.
Yeah. And I got 16,000 views on this on SoundCloud.
Bruh, yeah.
You know, and then low key, I was
sure
a rapper.
People hella fucked with that shit.
Okay, that one wasn't that bad. But
see?
the other ones.
No, here's another one I did. So what I did was I remixed.
He played his best one.
I remixed this Korean song.
Some K-pop.
So yeah, sort of like back in the day. So what I did was I literally just took a acoustic.
Yeah.
And then what I did I overlaid it with, you know, like synth sounds. Yeah. And everything that you hear now. So everything before was or the original, like I said, is acoustic, and then I did everything else. And then
word. Some Korean R&B. Yeah. Let's go.
Let me get into the chorus.
How long did it take you?
This, shoot, I don't remember. This probably took me a minute because
Fruity Loops. Yeah. Do everything manually.
How long ago is this one?
This was 7 years ago as well.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Damn, I feel like you're like on that shit.
Bro.
You're really on that shit.
From an actual musician, I appreciate that.
Nah, it sounds like shit that would have come out 7 years ago, for real.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, I still appreciate it though, you know, because like I said, like when I was producing, like I was honestly trying to be serious about it. It wasn't something I was joking around about. Like I wanted to be about music.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about music.
Those
I didn't know how to.
Sounded so familiar. They sounded like.
I don't even remember what they would be called.
You know, looking at all these that you released, you released them all in the same year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You could tell you really were working on it.
No, I was. And like I said, like music was something I really was trying to pursue. You know, it wasn't something I was trying to mess around with. I would say, yeah, the Drop and Give Me 51 was the one that got me views. Like 60. I still get comments today, which is crazy. I'm like.
That was your best one.
Yeah, that that was fun.
Be like, yo, this
Do you want to hear me rap?
Yo, I mean, I'm ready for anything.
Okay, let
Let's
me
go.
Up, here we go.
That's me right there.
Up, here we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
so this is me and my sister. I'll
You
give
and
a
your
little,
sister?
Yeah.
Up, here we go.
Again, you on my side. Let me take you to the places that you wanted to go. Smile on your
Some
face,
deep
baby,
fried.
that lets me know that I'm doing something right with you in my life. Just trying to make you happy without causing any strife. So, baby, hold me tight. Don't you ever let go. The longer you hold on to me, the more the two of us will grow.
Yo, that's mad fucking Rihanna vibes. No, that's Jay-Z Rihanna vibes right there. What song is that? New York? That's New York.
Rocketeer. Do you ever
Rocketeer.
Yeah, Rocketeer.
Nah, literally that hook is like.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
No,
That's
but
just it.
you know, like I was doing a mixture of both. It was like rapping and then producing.
Hold on, I'm
at the
kind of
same-
mind blown right now. That's literally,
Like I said, nobody
That's
knew
literally
this.
fucking Jay-Z.
This is a
Rihanna
YouTube
right there, bro.
exclusive, guys.
You're hyping him up too much.
No joke.
It was more like Luke Skywalker and his sister.
No, like no joke. Like I do miss like the music side of things, but it's just something I had to come to reality about. It's like I'm never gonna make it as a musician. This is not like my true path. Or
I'm glad you talked in the mirror because
Man
that
in the
needed to
mirror.
happen.
I was just gonna say,
Man in the mirror.
Man
There
in the
you go.
mirror. No, so I mean, but like I said, and that's why I love working with musicians, and I stay consistent with trying to do music videos and not so much like short films or movies, is because my passion for music. I grew into it.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
So I appreciate you know the compliments. You know,
all day.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
no, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that shit sounded mad current at the time.
Yeah, no, you know,
If
during
if my timeline's right, fuck, I don't know.
no that song, I don't know when you guys were like.
That was before we met, for sure.
Yeah, way before. Like I think
7 years ago to be what? Fucking
2012, 2011 maybe? Or no. That's no, almost actually. Yeah, 2012, 2013-ish. We met in 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost the right. I probably did that before we met though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So what was coming out in 2013? Like some.
That's
I feel like a
long
lot of
time ago.
house was getting big.
House and EDM.
Electronic shit.
You know?
Yeah. Like
I would
Katy
agree.
Perry.
Yeah. A lot of
No,
pop
because
stuff.
that's where I got like, you know, the whole idea with the synths and all that.
Yeah,
Like
the
it was
synth-
popular back
synth
then.
presence was huge back then, for sure. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. No, good job, bro. For real. You're like you're
Let's
on
give
it.
some claps to that.
Hey.
Let's get it.
Yeah. But on side note, outside of music, like what do you do on like your off time?
Bro, I'm a loser.
Do you
really-
literally
No,
just do
wait.
music?
Dude, that's all I do.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's
that's
not
all
being
I
a
do.
loser.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's you
got a life.
pursuing your passion.
I like food.
Hey, what kind of
I'll go
food?
I love Mexican food and
I love Mexican food,
Italian
too.
food. Italian food's crazy, crazy
Yeah.
good.
What's your favorite Mexican restaurant in LA? Because
Salsa and beer.
where's that at?
There's one in it's in North Hollywood.
Oh. There you go.
That's the OG, but they have like I think like 3 or 4 of them now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know where we it's almost close to where Nick's place is, but where we used to go all the time. I mean, we still go there once in a while. Is Los Amigos in Burbank.
I've never been there.
Never. It's fire.
Yeah,
It is
Los
good.
Amigos.
Los Amigos.
So like Casamigos with a L.
I guess so.
Yeah. Los Amigos.
Los Amigos.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is
Pretty
good though.
All right.
Reasonable
Word.
price too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, dude. Salsa and beer, I paid like $13, and I eat completely, like I'm full, and then I have the other half of my plate that I get to take home and eat later. $13 for 2 meals, bro.
Damn, that's
good. Yeah.
Wait, and so that's at the spot you mentioned?
Salsa and beer.
Salsa and beer. Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
So what is it?
Super
Literally just salsa and beer?
The crazy thing is they don't even give you salsa. They give you
Really?
chips and bean dip, and the bean dip has cheese, bro. It's like it's.
But
fire.
they have a whole like menu. Like
Yeah, of course. Yeah. No, it's not just salsa.
yeah,
and beer.
yeah.
Nah, yeah. I get the chicken flautas. They have like some, I don't know, sauce drizzled on them, packed with like chicken, tomatoes, bell peppers. Their rice is fire, beans fire. It's good.
Might have to check it out.
Genuine
you're,
shit.
You're Hispanic, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you full?
Hispanic.
Full
Hispanic. Both my parents are from Mexico.
Oh, okay. Do you know how to speak Spanish?
Yeah, I could speak a little bit. I could more so understand better than like fully communicate.
Oh, okay.
But I could hold my own for sure. But yeah, no, coming from like a Mexican, I don't know. I'm from New Mexico too. So
Right.
New Mexico, you have like the native influences.
That's why I needed to ask, like, what's your favorite restaurant here that you've tried? Because, you know, there are certain, like, Mexicans out there that are, like, so specific. They're like, this doesn't taste authentic or, you know, stuff
for
like
real.
that.
And
Yeah.
dude, I'm sorry, but Cali is like bad. Like,
Damn, that's crazy.
a lot of people will say California Mexican food is good.
That's what I've always heard.
It's not,
Yeah.
bro. It's really like.
Have you been to Fresno, California?
Nah,
That's
I've
where I
never been
grew
to
up.
Fresno.
I lived there for 10 years. The Mexican food there is on a different level.
Word.
Like compared to everything in LA. I haven't compared, and in Seattle where we're from.
I'm sure in Seattle it's not.
Seattle,
not
yeah,
too great.
definitely not
Seattle-
even close.
Yeah. Nothing close to, like,
I'm
even
sure
though-
from Seattle coming down to LA, you guys are like, yo, this
Yeah.
shit's
That's
way
what I'm
fucking
saying.
better.
I
This
mean,
shit-
I did
everything's
find some
gas.
like hole in the walls in Seattle, but I haven't found
Where-
any hole in
and
the
there
walls
is hole
here.
in the walls here.
Yeah,
I used to
haven't
live
found
by
that
this
yet.
taco spot every Taco Tuesday. They
Okay.
do dollar tacos and bomb.
Damn,
good
okay.
shit. Yeah, it's rare, but I think
it is.
like Cali Mex is just different. Like you have like the Southwest like Arizona Mexican food, New Mexico. Like we're right
Everywhere.
there with Mexico. Like we're right there, and I mean SoCal is as well too. But like it's just different. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Mexican meal? Like, even if it's something you grew up on, like,
Homemade
Yeah,
at
homemade.
a restaurant.
My parents make crazy flautas.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, my dad actually was about to open up his own food.
It's hard to find a good place, honestly, for flautas. For sure.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, Salsa and Beer does it. They do them well.
we're gonna have to try that.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, but nah, my dad can. Both my
Can
parents
throw
can
down?
chef up. Yeah, they used to own a restaurant.
Oh,
so
really?
They can chef up like crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Anything.
Do they
Anything.
strictly stick with only cooking Mexican food?
Nah,
Okay.
like bro, my mom, like, dude, she makes the craziest like sopa de Toscano. It's an Italian soup.
I don't think I've had that.
Toscano soup, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy good.
Yeah, I just
It's got
wanted
like
to know.
potatoes, ground beef, kale, and like the
Kale.
broth is like creamy and shit. It's fucking bomb. My mom puts bacon in that shit. Yeah, she goes crazy.
Yeah, because you know, there's so many, like, you know, you got Asians, Mexicans, like every other and ethnicity. Majority of the time, they stick with their food. You know, I mean, for me, I'm half Filipino, half white. So it's like I grew into both. I get both of the best worlds. You know, so
Dude, I just had Filipino food for the first time.
Really?
Like 2 weeks ago.
where?
Really?
No, it was at this writing camp I was at.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it at like a Filipino food truck or?
Well, my homegirl Shayna, she's Filipino, and so she's an artist, and
Okay.
so
She introduced you.
well, we had the writing camp, and she got this. What was it called?
If you explain what
like
it is,
Tatoon. It was a restaurant. They're actually moving locations right now, but it's like the head chef like came and like catered the whole fucking writing camp, and so
And it was all Filipino food?
all Filipino
Okay.
food. Yeah, I had it's like some deep fried like
Egg rolls?
I had the deep
Lumpia?
fried egg. Yes,
Lumpia.
yes, yeah, chicken, right?
I mean, there's
lumpia.
different ones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
there's so many
Yeah.
different kinds.
Yeah, so it's like basically the Filipino version of flautas, right? Yeah, those were fire. I had what else? It was these other deep fried like sweet potatoes. and like onion rings and shit. I don't know, but
that sounds like a blend.
No,
no, you know what? We were watching. There's a show called Exposure. And what they did was they featured like different food trucks, and there's actually a Filipino food truck that was featured. They're also a restaurant.
That did look good.
Yeah, and what they do is they do a blend of Mexican / Filipino food into one.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So it could be that spot where it's like a fusion.
The head chef spoke, and he was saying how like they do Filipino food differently, but it's still like authentic in the way that it's like the base like recipes and shit.
Yeah.
But like they also like, you know, want to be different and shit too. Everything I had was fire.
Awesome.
It was so good. I had this other like it was like I think it was definitely beef in this like broth stuff with like these
maybe
crispy,
adobo.
could have been adobo.
Okay.
Yeah. The first one you said I definitely had.
Lumpia.
Yeah, lumpia.
Yeah.
Shit's so gas,
It is.
bro.
Yeah,
I had a bunch of
I'm
those.
half Laos and Vietnamese, but I grew up with so many Filipinos in Seattle. There's a lot of them. So I've tried every Filipino food, and I've grew up with Filipinos. So, and a lot of people think I'm Filipino.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
because
I
my
actually
skin
thought he
tone.
was when I first met him. Too.
Right.
Man.
So yeah, and funny thing is, I actually know more Tagalog, which is the Filipino language, than my own language.
Wow.
So it's crazy. So
He's
I'm
a
basically Filipino,
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
And I mean, his girlfriends were Filipino. Too.
I mean that is true. That is true.
I mean,
It's crazy listening to the Filipino language.
It is.
Because it sounds very Latin.
It is. It's a
and
mixture.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of Latin.
Well, because the Spaniards took over the Philippines at
That's what I
one
was gonna
point,
say.
so it's
Yeah.
like
even the last names, have Hispanic
my last
influence.
name,
Saldana?
Saldana.
Yeah.
That's
Fernandez?
Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, Fernandez.
There's another one.
I'm into.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't think I'm full like Mexican. I think my mom's got like blue eyes, brown hair,
really?
white skin. So she's obviously Spaniard for sure.
right.
So yeah, I definitely have some Spaniard and Mexican
No,
in the blood.
yeah. So I definitely want to know something like, with all the talk on the music and everything, and with COVID clearing up, things are definitely getting better now. Of course, we have that mandate now with the vaccines and stuff. But are you gonna be doing live performances eventually?
For sure.
Is that something you want to do? Have you done it?
I have not done it yet. Actually.
You've never done a live performance yet.
No.
Okay.
Still
But you used to
not.
DJ at
Okay, yeah. but
events and stuff.
My version of live performance is like me singing
Singing and rapping.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely played in front of crowds and shit before DJing, but no, I have not done any singing or anything in front of anybody.
Because you're mostly like behind the scenes producing, but
That's what I have been. Yeah, but
then now
I mean,
you're starting to
working
make
I
on
your own
released
music.
one song and I hella lagged on shit, but I'm prepared to be releasing like more consistently.
So when are you looking to like start bringing your music to people out there in concerts and small places?
I
Like
feel
for
like
live
it's just
performances?
it's something that's just gonna kind of happen. Like I only have one song out,
Yeah. But that one song may mix good with people.
No, you're right.
You never know.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, I'm gonna perform one song that people know.
Right.
I mean, I could see
So,
that. Like,
yeah.
it's like
It's
we're all
like
there for
that-
one song.
Yeah, like I want to be able to, and I feel like you're not gonna even get asked to play shows or do anything like that until you have a good amount of music out and stuff. I mean, it's just how it goes, and I've seen it with other artists that I work with.
Yeah.
Or
Well, one thing that I
whatever.
do respect about you is like you value quality over quantity.
Yeah,
And I think that's going to show a lot in your music. So live performances is not something you should rush into because, are trying to produce quality.
for sure,
And that's what it should be about.
Right.
Yeah, all always.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's kind of the way I see it kind of playing out. It's just like I'll release my music, and if people want to have me, then great.
What would you say is a big goal for you as a live performance though? Like, would you want to be at the point where you're at Staples Center, like SoFi Stadium? Like, are those goals that you have implemented into your life at all?
For sure. Yeah, I definitely want to be. I want to be doing all of it for sure.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't really think about it all the time.
You just are you just the type of person to whatever comes it comes, or
yeah, because I feel like I have like I said, like Skrillex is a huge inspiration, and like the way I feel like he kind of went about things was, I mean, you know, he was in a band that was touring forever.
Yeah.
Before he was Skrillex even, so I'm sure he made industry connections, and the background shit was really popping off, and
Right.
you know, I'm sure he was able to navigate very well through that. And so as a producer, you know, like I'm just happy making music for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Like regardless of what it is. If I get, you know, records that supply me with income for the rest of my life, cool. If not, you know, I'm still gonna be doing it regardless. And yeah, whether my artist project pops off, or a song that I produced, or a song that I wrote, or, you know, whatever it is, I feel like it just all kind of accumulates to one bigger thing. And like, you'll just be able to I don't, my end goal in life and ultimate goal is just to be able to make music every day.
I mean, that's dope. I feel
really
like the quality of your work will speak for itself, and it will come around full circle for you. Yeah. You know.
Facts.
You know,
no, and like I said,
real.
you know,
I
when
really
when we all came into the studio and just sat down and you were playing the songs for us, bro, like I was like, damn, this shit is fire. Like, this is legit shit. Like, this is something I would hear on the radio. Like, and that's why I'm saying, you know, like, maybe you don't. I know you have definitely you know, a set of goals that you're trying to achieve, but like I said, I mean, I feel like you're just able to achieve so much more, you know.
Shit. Well,
you're a true artist, bro.
Thank you.
It's
man.
just I mean, right now it's like, yeah, you haven't necessarily put out everything because you're you know, you're putting out more quality over quantity, and that's understandable because I feel like that's a true artist. An artist is waiting until they're ready to release, you know, something that they're really happy with.
Yeah.
And like I said, with Trust was fire.
Yeah.
But honestly, I already, like, the other songs that you played for us, I was like, I think this is done already. Like, you know, but of course, you're the artist and you're like, no, it's not done, you know. But all the other ones, I was like, I think we're good to go. Let's just shoot this video, you know?
Yeah. No, shit. And, you know, I guess as an artist, you kind of limit yourself, or you limit yourself by having like expectations of yourself. And yeah, it's hard to let that shit go sometimes.
Do you ever, like, I mean, everybody has a list of goals, like I mentioned, but do you ever embed those goals or your dreams like into yourself, or do you write them down and you look back at it like, this is what I'm trying to achieve? Like, is that something you do?
I've done it before. I haven't done it in a long time. Last time I did it, I was able to check off 90% of the things on the list.
That's good.
Which was actually pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like I should do it more.
You should. I mean, you know, like I said, like, everybody has a goal in life, and some people just lose sight of that too. Some people do, you know, but it's like, that's why for me, I do list down what I'm trying to achieve at certain points. You know, like, one of the biggest goals for me was moving down here to LA. Because, you know, being stuck in a place where you can't grow with what you're trying to achieve, it's hard. The only place is to get out of Seattle. Seattle is definitely a tech place. We got Microsoft, Amazon, all that. But if you're in Seattle, it's hard to grow there with
entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment, you know? So it's like, that was one, and you know, this is something we had talks years ago about.
Because I didn't even want to move down.
Yeah, you didn't want to.
I was ready to, you know, I've moved so much in my life that I felt I was really comfortable staying in Seattle, having a group of friends that I know who are my day ones. Like, I didn't want to like leave that, because I've never had that before. Yeah. So having that for the first time, I didn't want to leave. But I also came to the realization, and we've had many talks about this. It was like, if I wanted to move forward to the next level, I needed to change, and I needed to change for the better and take that next step. And LA is where it's at. So
yeah, you know what? Like, literally, I brought it up to him because moving to LA was like my dream. It wasn't necessarily his dream, but the fact that he was coming to all my shoots, I was letting him shoot with whatever models I was shooting.
I was dedicated.
Yeah, he was dedicated. Sure. And that's the reason why I brought it up to him. I was like, bro, like, I've been trying to move to LA. Like, I think you should move with me. And he, obviously he said no, like, that's a big thing to do. And I was like, I mean, I understand, but like, you gotta understand too, like, what if we do big things down here and we're actually, like, you're not going to be able to do what you do in Seattle. But like I said, what if we do something down here and it does happen or it doesn't? Like, you're going to regret it, if you're back home. Like,
because I'm a lot like you as well, like always going with the flow and filling it out and just, believing in yourself and just telling yourself it's going to work out at the end, because at the end of the day, your worth, your talent, you're going to do something big. But for me to actually move down here and take initiative, and take action was a big step for me. And I had to, reflect on myself a lot before I moved down here. So, but I'm glad that I did. Look where we're at now.
Facts,
no regrets.
And that's why I told him, I was like, bro, you trust me now? Because it was just one of those things. Like, when, the fact that he told me he had to go through somebody else and other people that like, should he move down? I mean, I didn't get offended by it, and I told him this too. But I was just like, bro, like, it seems like you don't trust me. For me, it's like, I have that drive, and I know if we put to work at it, it will be successful.
For sure.
And I'm glad that he followed along with me and believed in me with what we're trying to do. And I mean, look what we're doing now.
Yeah, you guys are a great team.
I mean, honestly, man. Like, the podcast was just something we came up with last year, and people are already responding to it really well. You know, so we're grateful for everybody, and you wanting to be on it as well,
bro.
Yeah, I was honored to have you.
Super excited to be. I mean, I just love podcasts in general, but like, just to be on it with like homies.
And this is your first one too.
This is my first one. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're grateful that you wanted to be on it with us.
No, for sure, bro. I've been hyped since I fucking saw that first post.
Like, so now that you're on your official first podcast, any work that you're doing, like, are you working on like going towards like releasing an album, or what do you got going on for yourself as far as music goes?
I'm mainly focusing on singles right now.
Okay.
I got a single coming out on the 26th of November. And I got more stuff lined up for next year as well. I got another 4 songs, I would say, and probably more.
Yeah,
we already know that you got some dope visuals for it coming too, right?
Exactly. Dude got some really, really dope visuals, and obviously we're gonna be going crazy. But that's really it. I mean, for this year, just the single, and it's kind of thinking about releasing a single last November and then releasing one this one is just like, fuck, man. Like, kind of mad at myself, but at the same time, it's just like, we're in a fucking pandemic. A lot of weird shit happened. Like, dude, all my sessions ended right when that shit happened. So it was just like, financial shit, everything just kind of was crazy.
Facts.
So,
but
just kind of rebuilding and still working on the progress,
That's what's up.
No, that's dope.
We got some shit coming for sure.
No, like I said, I mean, we're excited. We want to help you bring that vision to life.
We're gonna do
videos.
it.
So you already know we're gonna create that fire.
We're
excited for it.
We got this shit.
So what we do at the end of each podcast is we want to inspire other people.
For sure.
Okay. So what we want you to do, at that camera right there. What would you say to anybody that's trying to establish themselves in music, like trying to raise up the career, just starting, what advice?
Shit.
if you were to tell something to your younger self, which could apply to a lot of people who are there now, like what would you tell yourself?
Y'all hitting me with some shit.
Because obviously you came a long way, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I appreciate that.
yeah.
God damn, man. I would say know your worth.
Know your worth.
Like don't let people that are doing better than you gas you up into situations that don't lead you anywhere. That shit happens a lot here.
Yeah, in LA for sure.
Facts.
And yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of the things we talked about, you know, like me and you both share that go with the flow. It's gonna happen, you know, if we put this much time into it. And yeah, you know, I feel like we covered a lot of shit that young artists can definitely grow from. In this conversation. Sure. Yeah. Listen to this shit on repeat. That's my fucking advice.
100%. Is there anybody you want to shout out? Say anything to the viewers?
Shit. Yeah. I got a lot of fucking dope homies that make music. Fucking Rakim, all newer. Fucking wow, I just fucking fucked up.
Hey, that drink is creeping up.
It is.
I did my job.
You did your job right. I almost said dick. Shit.
But shout out all the homies.
Nick Candler.
Yeah. Okay.
Fucking, I got more, bro. Kali Soul. Fucking my boy TJ. My boy Cole. Like the whole fucking team, bro. There's a lot of other people that I could shout out right now.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah, I love y'all. Y'all my family. For anybody watching, I appreciate you for watching this shit. Fucking support these two guys right here.
Hey, I appreciate you, bro.
And go listen to the shit that I'm about to be releasing. And I really hope you connect with it. And I hope you can grow from it. And
Speaking on that, where can people find you?
you can find me on any platform at Hey, Hey, Siloe, Siloe. That's right there for you.
Hey, there you go. Check out this man, Trust. Right now.
Yeah, check out the video now. Is it on YouTube still?
Wait, our video?
Yeah,
Yes.
Trust.
I think it was just for our Instagram, right?
It was
just
just on
Instagram?
IG.
Okay.
And like I did some fucking weird artist shit where like I archived everything. And I'm starting fresh for this release.
Yeah.
But I can definitely throw that shit on YouTube. I think I should because I only have like one little fucking nothing on
in
YouTube.
future projects.
You're right.
Future projects.
But yeah.
Hey, no, bro. We
Siloe.
appreciate you coming on the show.
I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like for real.
No, appreciate
This
it.
shit was fun as hell.
It was.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, we are going to end today's show. We appreciate you guys listening out there. If you guys are not following us on Instagram, it's the Artistry Drop. Please follow us or subscribe to us on YouTube as well, Artistry Drop. We're going to be posting and being consistent with these episodes.
Weekly.
Weekly. That is the truth. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. And we'll see you guys on the next show. Peace.
Later.
Let's get it.
Let's go.